Up next, a video that we created 4 months ago that was blocked by the record label. We were able to get them to unblock it, and it's back, baby, with some new footage, actually. The story of one of the greatest songs of the 1970s by one of the biggest selling bands of all time on Professor of Rock. Hey music junkies, Professor of Rock, always here to celebrate the greatest artists and the greatest songs of all time. If you love classic rock and classic pop, you're gonna love this community. Always celebrating the best of the rock era. Subscribe below, do that right now so you don't forget. Hit the notification button so you never miss out on our daily content. We also wanna thank our sponsor, Zenni Eyewear, where you can design your own glasses just like I have here. Try it out at the link below, you're gonna love it. Also, it's getting a little chilly outside. If you want to order a Professor of Rock hoodie like I'm wearing right now, hit our merch links below to do that. Now it's time to induct another song into our honor roll that we call the New Standards. Of course, we honor a song that is both timeless and multi-generational. This time we go a little further back into the 70s. The first time that one listens to Dreams by Fleetwood Mac, you may not immediately hear the sadness. You may not hear that the song is actually about a failing relationship. The song's methodical seduction begins with the sweet romantic haziness of the intro. Followed by an alluring Stevie Nicks vocal with her free-spirited yet gentle vibrato, casting a gypsy spell that puts your senses in a blissful dream state. I mean, every time I hear it, I'm immediately hypnotized by its lush and transfixing melody. As you get more familiar with Dreams, you discover the symmetrical beauty of the lyrics, and you're just overtaken by a whole new range of emotions. Dreams is an inspired opening of the heart revelation that has become a modern day standard. Although the composition marked the end of the Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham love story that lasted nearly a decade, Stevie admitted that it only took her 10 minutes to write Dreams. I mean, we talked about the tempestuous climate that the 5 members of Fleetwood Mac experienced while making the landmark album Rumours, with each member going through a brutal breakup with their significant other. Having to deal with the friction of the Nicks-Buckingham split and the divorce of Christine and John McVie at the same time, it's understandable why the stress level was seemingly unbearable at times. I can only imagine. The atmosphere was further convoluted by heavy drug use, which is probably an escape from the harsh reality that they were all facing. Co-founder Mick Fleetwood put the saga in perspective when he called the Rumours sessions the craziest period of our lives. Going 4 or 5 weeks without sleep, doing a lot of drugs, Mick went on to confess that the band snorted cocaine in such high quantities, at one point he thought he was going insane. Even though he was going through his own divorce with his second wife, Jenny, Fleetwood he really acted as the patriarch of the group, always overseeing and trying to do what he could to make people happy so the creativity would flow along uninhibited. One of the ways that Mick attempted to put his bandmates at ease was to remove the clocks from the recording studio so that people were less aware of the passing of time. Stevie wrote Dreams at the Record Plant. It's a multi-room recording studio in Sausalito, California, notorious for being a haven of nonstop partying. Artists like Sly Stone and Rick James practically lived at the record plant. Fleetwood Mac pretty much took up residence there as well. They camped out there for months while creating the Rumours album. Now, a little bit of a side story here. I spent a couple of days at the record plant. I was doing a bunch of interviews and filming with Journey. With Journey co-founder and guitarist Neil Schon when they were doing the side project Journey Through Time. And I hung out in the room that Fleetwood Mac recorded Rumours in for a while, and I was freaking out. Maybe geeking out is a better description. I mean, this place is really special, and you could feel it. Prince recorded his first album there, Bob Marley. Stevie Wonder did Songs in the Key of Life. So many more great albums. You can really get a sense of the ghosts of the past At least I did when I was hanging out there. Anyway, back to Fleetwood Mac. One day during their tenure in Sausalito, Stevie Nicks grabbed a Fender Rhodes piano and ventured into a studio at the record plant called Sly's Pit because it was Sly Stone's favorite hangout at the plant. Sly's Pit was decorated, I guess, with black and red decor, with a huge black velvet bed and a piano inside a sunken pit in the middle of the room. So Stevie sat down on the velvet bed with the keyboard in front of her and found a drum pattern that she liked and then turned on a cassette player, and right then and there, she composed Dreams. Stevie imparted that she finished the lyrics in about 10 minutes. I mean, think about that again. 10 minutes. It's mind-blowing. 10 minutes to write an eternal pop standard. It sometimes takes me 10 minutes to make a sandwich. Anyway, and our feature on Go Your Own Way that we did recently, the lead single from Rumours, it was written by Lindsey Buckingham. It's clear that that tune was Lindsey's outcry to Stevie about their breakup. You can go your own way. You know, as I mentioned in that piece, if you haven't seen it, there's a real anger and aggression in the lyrics and the arrangement for Go Your Own Way. Whereas Dreams, Stevie's tender counterpoint to that, it conveys a silver lining of hope. Maybe the relationship can be saved after all. I mean, consider the first line of the song's chorus, thunder only happens when it's raining. Thunder may symbolize an awakening for the dreamer. Lightning strikes before the thunder and then the rain comes, but it doesn't last. You have to weather the storm in any relationship, so to speak. Now, when the storm clears, a couple can, find inspiration and enlightenment that can rejuvenate a once powerful bond between two people. When the rain washes you clean, you'll know. In the case of Stevie and Lindsey, it was just wishful thinking. There would be no reconciliation. Despite how vitriol the personal relationship had become, Stevie and Lindsey still had respect for one another as artists, and they were committed to making a seminal record as key members of Fleetwood Mac. When Stevie played what she had recorded on her cassette for Lindsey, she recalled that he smiled with a look that he had just heard another sample of Stevie's songwriting brilliance. Stevie had indeed written a gorgeous masterpiece, but really Dreams wouldn't have been realized without Lindsey's ingenious musical score. In a 1997 interview with Christine McVie for Q Magazine, Christine recalled that Dreams developed in what she termed a very bizarre way. When Stevie first played Dreams for Christine on a piano, it was just 3 chords and 1 left-hand note. Now there you go again, you say. Christine found it boring, a little bit boring, until Lindsey began building an arrangement for the track that was fashioned from 3 sections of identical chords, making each of the 3 sections sound completely different. What Lindsey had done was create a melodic thread that brought the whole song together musically. Meanwhile, the production team of Ken Calais, Richard Dasha, and Chris Morris, they feverishly labored to capture unique sounds for every single instrument. For example, they spent hours with Mick Fleetwood on a kick drum sound in one studio at the plant before moving to another studio to build a customized platform for the drums to achieve the sound that they wanted. Speaking of Mick Fleetwood, or as I call him, the human metronome, on this song, his drumming is perfect. To my ears, it's the backbone of the entire song. With a different drummer, I'm not sure that it reaches its full potential. I mean, you go listen to this song on a $500 pair of headphones and tell me I'm wrong. Christine McVie, of course, provided her lovely background vocals in addition to playing the electric piano, an organ, and a vibraphone on Dreams. John McVie weaved Lindsey's melodic harmonies with his masterful thumping of the bass. I mean, one of the tightest bassists ever, truly. Lindsay's backing vocals on the chorus is just another demonstration of artistry superseding personal issues when it came to recording the epic collection of songs on Rumours. His supporting voice embraces and complements the sensitivity of Stevie's lead vocal. I mean, you can feel that there is still compassion and empathy between the two superstars. Stevie's performance on Dreams is wondrously delicate, amazingly pure. It just gives me goosebumps whenever I hear, the part where Stevie raises her vocal an octave on "It's only right that you should play that way you feel it, but listen carefully to the sound of your loneliness." Her vocal there is so heart-wrenching. It makes us, as listeners, want to put our arms around her and comfort her. Achingly beautiful it is. And when she delivers the end of the chorus, "When the rain washes you clean, you'll know. You will know." It creates such an intense emotion within me because it's just triumph, unadulterated triumph. It makes me want to jump up and say, "You tell him, Stevie." In that moment of the song, Stevie Nicks is speaking for the "I told you so" redemption of the brokenhearted. Because of the honesty and artistic integrity of the music, every track on the Rumours LP is a classic in its own right. Although we all wish that Silver Springs wouldn't have been left off. But I would argue that by leaving it off, it gave us a longing for that song that peaked when Stevie and the band played and recorded it for the comeback album, The Dance, in '97. And it was such a powerful moment just watching the body language of the band members throughout that concert, especially Stevie and Lindsay. It's just mesmerizing. I gotta tell you, very few bands have that kind of energy. Stevie Nicks is definitely a witch in how she and the band cast a deep spell on us as their audience. It's just magic. Dreams was the second single released from Rumours, and it ascended to the top of the Billboard Hot 100, #1 in 1977. It was also a chart topper in Canada. Surprisingly, it is Fleetwood Mac's only #1 pop hit. Think about that for a few minutes. One #1 hit from such an amazing band, it's crazy. But more than 40 years later, there is a new fascinating chapter in the song's enduring legacy. Dreams has had a phenomenal resurgence in the punishing year of 2020, catapulted by a video featured on TikTok that was made by Nathan Apodaca, an Idaho potato worker that goes by the username 420dogface208. In Apodaca's video, he is skateboarding down to a highway, listening to Dreams. In fact, Nathan is a fellow Idahoan who lives about 25 minutes from the small town of Blackfoot that I grew up in. The video became a viral sensation, reviving the song's popularity and remarkably rocketing Dreams to #1 in the iTunes chart, #12 in the Billboard Hot 100 and still climbing, and #2 in the Hot Rock chart. That's their best showing in the Hot 100 since 1988. I mean, a whole new generation of fans have discovered the everlasting magical power of Dreams by Fleetwood Mac. The Rumours album has also re-entered the contemporary music chart, shot up to #7 on the Billboard album chart. 33,000 new physical copies of the album are sold, generating more than 30 million streams, according to Nielsen Music. It couldn't happen to a better song or a greater band. When you look at the charts and you see like Machine Gun Kelly, Juice WRLD, Cardi B, Pop Smoke, Lil Baby, and Fleetwood Mac, gives you a little bit of hope. In my opinion, great music will always rise to the top, no matter the trends, no matter the decade. It's like legendary guitarist and co-founder of Stray Cats, Brian Setzer, once told me in an interview. I asked him, I said, "We have this music on the radio now that's this fast food, brain dead auto-tune pop that young kids are hearing. If you had to explain rockabilly or rock and roll to these kids, how would you explain it?" And I'll never forget it. He said, and I quote, "You don't have to explain anything. You just have to put on a record for them and they'll get it because it's real. It doesn't have to have a tape loop. It doesn't have to have somebody screaming and yelling. It doesn't have to have a crazy, overdriven, loud guitar. It's the feel. They relate to it. End of quote. It's the feel. As human beings, no matter what your beliefs, we all have a spiritual side that craves real emotion, real feeling, real deep and lasting connection, real music. Dreams by Fleetwood Mac is the definition of exactly that. Leave us a comment about this mesmerizing song and this band. What are your memories of it? If you like this content, we do invite you to subscribe right now to be a part of this musical community. To get Rumours on vinyl and other Fleetwood Mac merch, click on the Amazon links below. If you'd like to hear the song, just click on our playlist below. Become an honorary producer by joining our Patreon below. Help us keep the music alive. Until next time, 3 chords and the truth, my friends. Stay safe.